Is it a surprise that the first ever NBA G League player to get invited to the NBA dunk contest actually ends up winning the whole thing? Hey, what's happening everyone? This is Swish. After a 540-degree reverse dunk, dubbed the Mac Attack, McClung skyrockets into the stratosphere of NBA fame after not only winning, but saving the NBA dunk contest. What most of you didn't notice was that on every single jump, Mac was repping the Big Cat, aka PUMA, rocking the PUMA Rise Nitro, signing a fat shoe deal with the brand that also features fellow basketball players LaMelo Ball and DeMarcus Cousins, as well as international superstars Jamaican Usain Bolt and Brazilian soccer player Neymar. But before that, McClung, who 2 weeks before the dunk contest was 40-balling Alex Antetokounmpo in the G League, turned out to be the hero NBA fans deserved when the 6'2" guard shut down the contest by rising above the much taller competition. So not only was he the smallest player in the contest, he also had the highest difficulty dunks and executed all 4 on the first attempt. With 3 perfect scores out of 4, Mac joined elite company, becoming one of 9 players that had 3 50-point dunks in the same dunk contest in history. He only missed the 4th by a half point. Anyone who's watched the NBA dunk contest in the last few years since Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine's showdown knows that this has been the NBA's weakness. A quick ramp up of contestants trying to do too much in attempts to stand out from past events ended up crashing and burning before they even took off. Enter McClung, high school phenom, who burst onto the scene a few short years ago with the most incredible highlight reel dunks this side of Adam Silver's pocketbook. After 3 years in college, playing for Georgetown and Texas Tech, McClung declared for the NBA draft in 2021, only to go undrafted. If you want more background on McClung, please check out my video on the real reason why the Warriors let McClung go. So, how did Mac go from the G League 1 week to landing a shoe contract the next? If you go down the list, historically, shoe deals have been had by prominent players in the league or top draft picks. A third category, as we've seen from LaMelo Ball, who met at least one of the prior criteria, is that a player coming in with enough hype can help him land a shoe deal with one of the major brands. Hype is a risky deal to give a player a shoe deal, however, as there's no guarantee of success. Take for example Matthew Dellavedova. While Matt was on a championship contending team, the only thing anyone remembers him for is a scrub that LeBron James dragged through the East to the NBA Finals. I bet you didn't know that Dellavedova had signed a deal with Peak Athletics and dropped the Delly once simply because he defended Stephen Curry. One other example of this is Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer came into the league in 2011 and was supposed to be the next Stephen Curry. After the scoring phenom got selected 10th overall in the NBA draft ahead of Klay Thompson at 11th, Kawhi Leonard at 15th, and Jimmy Butler, who wasn't even in the first round, being drafted 30th overall, he signed a deal with Spalding, yes, the same company that supplied the league basketballs as they were trying to make a comeback in the shoe industry, but failed miserably as Jimmer ditched the brand after just 3 games. Will Mac's deal become one of the worst signings, or will he defy the odds as he's done so far and use this opportunity as a springboard to solidify his NBA career? That depends on a few things. Firstly, what are these players being paid for their shoe endorsements? LaMelo Ball reportedly signed with PUMA in the fall of 2020 for $100 million and his own personal use of a PUMA private jet. While the $100 million seems like an insane amount, considering Zion Williamson's shoe deal with Nike was only $75 million, the deals can be structured with different details that really alter its overall value. Zion's contract was $75 million over 7 years, which was the biggest shoe signing since Nike signed LeBron for $90 million in 2003. Ball's contract with PUMA, on the other hand, was reported to be over the course of 10 years, resulting in a number closer to Zion's of $10 million per year. Now, I'm certainly not expecting McClung to ink a deal anywhere near these numbers, considering he was only playing for the Delaware Bluecoats in the G League after being waived by multiple teams this past year. Kuzma, another signee of PUMA, has been earning $3 million per year on a 5-year contract. Alongside Kuzma, Marvin Bagley signed a deal worth $2 to $3 million a year, and DeAndre Ayton, after he went first overall, inked a non-disclosed 4-year deal. Aside from Cousins, all of these players were on rookie scale NBA contracts worth somewhere close to or less than their shoe deals. So how much is Mac making? Up to this point in his career, McClung has only made, get this, $106,000 in the NBA. Winning the dunk contest almost doubled McClung's income overnight with a $100,000 cash prize. His G League deal was worth about $160,000, but he didn't finish the season in the G League. After the Sixers picked him up on Valentine's Day for a 2-way deal, this increased McClung's contract, which is projected to be a sweet $500,000 by the end of the year, which is no less than half the rookie scale contract. For a player like Mac trying to make his way into the league, this is one of the best deals he could ask for. So how did things come together for Mac to earn his shoe deal? What led up to it? And just how much are the actual figures? After winning G League Rookie of the Year last season, Mac earned some extra looks during the Summer League. He started with the Lakers before signing a non-guaranteed contract with the Warriors. Again, those details are in my prior video on the real reason why the Golden State Warriors let McClung go. After moving on from Golden State, McClung signed to an Exhibit 10 with the Sixers before being waived. He was sent from there to play for the Delaware Bluecoats, the Sixers G League team, where he's been averaging 17 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Back in January of this year, with little to no interest in the dunk contest, the NBA reached out and invited McClung to participate, an invitation which he was more than excited to accept. A month later, and just before All-Star Weekend, the 76ers announced on February 14th that they were waiving Julian Champagnie, who had been on a 2-way contract to start the season with the Sixers, which was done in order to make room for Mac McClung. They announced McClung's signing, which made Mac a legitimate NBA player prior to competing in the dunk contest. On the day of the dunk contest, McClung announced on Instagram that he has officially joined the PUMA family, joining a host of fellow NBA players. This was yet another step for PUMA, who continues to make a bid to become one of the major players in NBA basketball. This was a very successful move, considering Mac ended up winning the contest, garnering over 520 million views of his dunk contest performance within the first 12 hours. This was by far the most views the dunk contest had ever seen. Contrast that to the low performance All-Star game that followed on Sunday. This makes the attention to the dunk contest that much more special. While no official figure has been released for McClung's shoe deal, a safe estimate is that it's somewhere south of $2 million. Consider the fact that he was signed before the dunk contest was finalized, and PUMA would have been assuming some risk. Couple that with Mac's 1/2 rookie salary, that figure is likely anywhere from $500,000 a year up to $2 million. Despite his rapid rise to NBA All-Stardom over a 5-day period, going from a G League player to being the absolute highlight of NBA All-Star Weekend, Mac will return to mostly playing back with the Delaware Bluecoats on his 2-way contract as opposed to playing with the Sixers. Although I'd wager we haven't seen the last of McClung in an NBA jersey. Look out for his call-ups to play with the Sixers on his 2-way contract from now till the end of the season. Let me know in the comments if you think McClung deserved to get this bag, or if the hype train is about to get derailed. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching. Till next time, swish.